What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Your boy TheDreadMan is back, and today I want to talk about the finale of Dragon Ball Super. Now, I normally don't make too many anime-related or Dragon Ball Z-related videos on this channel, even though I am a huge fan and I'm interested, but hell, I mean, you guys know me. For people who've been keeping up with my channel for a while, I'll just talk about whatever the hell tickles my fancy. But anyway, Dragon Ball Super just released its 131st episode and is wrapping up the Tournament of Power saga. But anyway, I asked this question on Facebook about the future of Dragon Ball Z, or the future of the Dragon Ball franchise. I mean, because we know that as a franchise that it's not going anywhere. I mean, they're still going to make manga, they're still going to make video games, they're still going to make merchandise, they're still going to do all of that. I mean, because Dragon Ball Z is a juggernaut, it's a global phenomenon. It's been in Japan for going on 32 years, 33 years, something along the lines of that, and it didn't come to America. It didn't come to America until about 1995, I want to say. Spring 1995 is when I want to say that the Dragon Ball series came to America. But where did they go from here? I mean, and I asked this question. Should Dragon Ball make another follow-up anime? Should they make another follow-up series? Or should they just stick to making smaller movies? Like, should they just stick to making hour-and-a-half and 2-hour animated movies from now on? To me, that actually sounds like a better idea with them just making movies every now and then. Like, them making 1-2-hour movie a year, that's good enough for me. I mean, because a lot of people will say that that Dragon Ball is kind of that they're kind of running out of ideas, and kind of beating a dead horse with, you know, constantly coming out with episodes and constantly coming out with new series. It's because a lot of the power levels and a lot of these new forms are actually kind of starting to get ridiculous. Because, come on, think about the character of Goku. He was a Saiyan who came from another planet, and his one idea is his entire goal is just to get stronger. But think about it, he's a mortal being, and now he has God level power. Goku's power level is starting to get so ridiculous that they had to introduce actual gods into it, and that's where Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods came in. Even though that Akira Toriyama probably did plan this, I mean, with the success of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, he's like, hey, this movie was successful, so now I can go ahead and just make an entirely new series out of this. And that's when they introduced Dragon Ball Super. And a lot of people, like, you know, especially hardcore anime fans, they had a few gripes and complaints with Dragon Ball Super. Now, of course I do, but it doesn't mean that I was not entertained by the series as a whole. I mean, sure, there's a couple of complaints, there's a couple of unnecessary, you know, arcs, and a couple of characters that could have been left out. But there was almost no, keyword, almost no filler in the entire Dragon Ball Super saga. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. There's 131 episodes as it stands right now, but they could have easily cut it down to 90. Now, a lot of people say that Ultra Instinct is kind of a broken form or is kind of unnecessary. I mean, and they say that in the new Dragon Ball Z movie, Goku's going to forget how to use or how to unlock that form. And he's going to have to start over from scratch all over again. Now, a lot of people may or may not like that. Me, personally, I think it's a good idea for them to kind of water him down, because like I said, they had to introduce gods into this series for Goku to have a fighting chance, or for him to have to push himself to a new pinnacle. And even some of the returning villains like Frieza had a new form, his golden form. And to me, I think that the highlight of the Super series was the inclusion of the character Hit. Hit to me was like, if you guys remember Pikkon from the Otherworld tournament, like it's like that one series that was after the Majin Buu and Garlic Jr. saga. I mean, after the Cell saga, but before the Majin Buu saga. It's like somewhere in between there. That's when the character Pikkon was introduced. People was like, well, Pikkon isn't canon. I don't care if he's canon or not. He's still a dope ass character, which could have been explored a little bit more. But I think that oh yeah, Akira Toriyama or any Dragon Ball fans out there, if you're listening, we have to push for a Hit versus Pikkon battle. Tell me that you wouldn't pay to see that. And also the inclusion of the character Jiren. Now, a lot of people, including myself, is like, oh man, they see the parallel between us. A lot of people is like, Jiren is like the Dragon Ball Z universe's Superman. Jiren to Dragon Ball Z is Superman to DC Comics. And I kind of agree with that, because Jiren didn't really have an apparent weakness. But, I mean, we all know that Superman's weakness is kryptonite and red suns, and he can't see through lead. But yeah, a lot of people was like, man, Jiren's too broken. I don't like him. I mean, I thought that too, but I mean, it's good to see that Goku is not just the end-all, be-all. And with the way Dragon Ball Super ended in Tournament of Power, with Goku actually getting help from Frieza and Android 17, who we thought died in episode 122, I believe it was. Somebody correct me in the comments, I mean, if they know the exact episode. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see the inclusion of some characters getting some spotlight. I mean, because I think that if they do have a continuation with the series, that Goku should step down, that it should be someone else. Like, because the original plan at the end of the Cell Saga was for Gohan to surpass Goku. And I think that, and it worked that way in the alternate timeline when, you know, Future Trunks. But yeah, I actually do want to see that. I actually do want to see Gohan step back into the fray 100%, you know, 100% of the time, and see Goku step down. And have Goku only appear in episodes where he is needed. But it's like, well, Goku is a flagship character. You can't really have a Dragon Ball Z saga without Goku in it. And that's neither here or there. That's just, you know, that's just certain people's opinions. But yes, things I liked were the whole Tournament of Power, the inclusion of Lord Beerus, and the Resurrection Elf. The things that I didn't like was kind of the Ultra Instinct form. That was unnecessary. Like, a couple of episodes that dragged on to the Tournament of Power. I mean, like, because like I said, there was a couple of filler episodes, and other than that, there's no really, and like, a lot of people complain about continuity errors too, but to me, there was no big complaints about it. There's nothing, you know, that I would take away from the series being actually good. So if I had to overall rank Dragon Ball Super as a series, I would have to rank it either a 7.5 or maybe an 8 out of 10, somewhere in that area. Because I'm a big fan, I'm going to go ahead and just rate it an 8 out of 10. The original Dragon Ball Z series was a 9. I have to give Dragon Ball, you know, the original Dragon Ball when Goku was a kid, I have to give that a 7.5 or an 8. GT, which a lot of, you know, Dragon Ball Z fans and anime fans don't speak on, I'll probably have to give that a 5 out of 10. But yeah, the Dragon Ball Z series, or the whole entire Dragon Ball franchise as a whole, I'll probably have to give that a 9 out of 10. But anyway, guys, you let me know what you think about, you know, the series as a whole and where do they go from here. Like I said, me personally, I wouldn't totally mind the Dragon Ball Z series, a continuation after Super, but I wouldn't mind if they just canceled it, you know, all together and just did smaller movies, smaller projects from here on out. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.